All right, all right, all right. Yes, I know, right? I'm an unfamiliar face. I'm the beast up in here because tonight is not going to be pretty. So you need a beast to run tonight. You get what I'm saying? If you don't know yet, tonight we are having a debate night. And it's not night because it's nighttime, it's night because it's a fight. You get what I'm saying? Like everyone who's going to be performing here, they are knights, even if they are women. What's a female version of a knight? Tonight. Yes, that's a female version of a knight. I'm just kidding, but it's not a joke, but it's a joke. Depending on who you are, you get what I'm saying. Okay, we're not going to get into that. But anyway, depending on where you're watching me, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be taking your comments seriously tonight because we are discussing very serious stuff. You get what I'm saying? So the contestants tonight, Night with a K, we have Jemima who's joining us tonight. Give her a round of applause. Yeah. Jemima is known for killing all the guys. If you listen to a show on Active FM, that's what she's known for. Welcome, Jemima. So so she's known for killing slayers. You get what I'm saying? Next up, we have Boneka in the house. Give Boneka a round of applause. Yes. Some of you guys are wondering, why will we have a fashionista? Is the fashionista? A fashionista. Wow. Okay, why would we have a fashionista up in here? Because it's fashion to debate. If you don't debate, then you're out of fashion. That one came out too good. And then we have, yes. We have one who taught me how to debate. My master in debating. Pastor Gavin, give him a round of applause. Right. So, tonight we have 3 topics. Trust me, we only need 3 topics. We don't even know if we'll get into 3 topics because, the group here is just fire like that. So we'll start with the first one. We're going to start with the first one. We're not going to waste time. Don't worry, my phone is only here so that I can see your. Yeah, you guys can sit. Oh, my bad. So I know I'm supposed to sit there, but I'll be standing so that they can look up to me. You get me? Because if not, they might not stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find. All right, so the first question tonight, I think it's a very realistic question. It's not a joke question. It's a very, 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 very serious question. It's the whole thing of social media. Obviously, social media and the impact that social media has had in society. Believe it or not, social media only kickstarted became big around 2014. No, 2004. Oh, 2007. Around 2007, that's when social media became big. Now, the impact that it has had in the past 13 years, it's more than what Hitler had in his whole lifetime. All right. So we need to discuss that, the good, the bad, and the not so good, the ugly. You get what I'm saying? So we'll start with Pastor Gav, obviously. Yeah, because he's on my right. We'll start with Pastor Gav. Pastor Gav, your input, your opening statement here. You have 30 seconds for an opening statement. And then we're going to get into it after. I see the guys on social media. Yeah, they're on fire there. They can't wait. Yes.
Okay, obviously there's good and bad. So we're broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. So that's great. Affairs have started. That's bad. There's social media censorship. That's terrible. But we can get the message around the world. That's awesome. So all it's done is it's taken whatever people are and magnified it and taken it around the world.
All right. Okay.
Come on, applaud.
Yes. That was yes. All right. Jemima?
I would say social media is good because it has improved communication for us all around the world. Thank you, Sandra. Imagine sending a letter to your boyfriend to profess your undying love and having to wait 2 weeks for him to tell you it's over. These days, they have the audacity to send you a WhatsApp, but at least it comes now. So we can be grateful for social media.
Sorry, when I was finishing school, that's how it was.
Yeah, but then you wait 2 weeks for him to tell you it's over. It's just a little bit much now.
Well, but thinking about it, those relationships lasted longer because in that 2 weeks you can change your mind.
Divorce rate was much.
Right? You can change your mind and then you go to their house and say, no, I changed my, you get to a post office, you get me,
Yeah, but you can't unread the letter. Like you can do WhatsApp, delete for everyone. I'm just saying anyway.
You can tear the letter.
And then it disappears. It's still there.
Yeah, but you
can burn the
had a lot more
letter.
time to think about things before the letter went off, because you had to write it, you had to
Agreed.
put it in an envelope, get a stamp, you had to go all the way to the post office.
Yes.
You had to post it. It wasn't, so there's plenty of time to have second thoughts.
Now,
Yes.
this is the thing. Some of us want to get rid of him when? Yesterday. Now. I
Why?
don't
Yeah.
want to wait, because then you discover things, that, hey, now.
Yeah,
We had patience.
Yeah, no.
We were far
Patience.
closer to the Holy Spirit than you people.
Tell them, Pastor, tell them.
all right. But also thinking about it back in the days, I remember Reverend Ensland, for those of you guys who don't know, that's Pastor Gavin's
Dead.
dad. So
All the half.
yes. So if Pastor is the master, Rev is the hyper. Yes. That's the stuff. But anyway, he was telling us a story of when he was distanced away from his wife, and they used to send letters, and it used to take weeks, and he wouldn't know what's happening. Don't you think that social media has, like she was saying, obviously, that's the advantage with social media?
That is the advantage, and it's an awesome advantage. But if that is how news traveled today, we wouldn't be in lockdown.
All right, so now
it depends.
Let's look at the whole restriction. Obviously, with the whole scrutiny that's happening right now, like you can't just post whatever you want anymore. Even though they're still that. No, let me not get onto that. We are on social media right now, so I can't really talk anything. So what
We love YouTube.
we do? YouTube is like this.
And YouTube loves us.
They do. All right. So tell us what the restriction though. Is the restriction good, or is the restriction like restricting?
We're talking about
The
censorship or
restriction.
restriction.
censorship.
Yes.
The fact that you can't just post what you want when you want.
Yes.
I just say, where's the freedom of speech then? Where is this whole thing of human rights? Where is this whole, because on social media, everybody is fighting for, be yourself and this, but while I'm being myself, which is what they're talking about, if you're gay or if you this and you that, they say be yourself, but what if being myself is posting whatever thought that is? The fact that I can't just post what I believe in, which is my freedom and it's my speech, I completely disagree with that. The fact that you don't even I have to now consult so many people, and the government can just at any time hold me to that. I don't think is a freedom of speech. I think it's something against their own constitution that they've put into place, and they're going against it.
Yeah, it's like you can be yourself as long as you not be like Jesus.
Yeah,
But if you be like Satan, cool.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Pastor, you brought it too close to home. Well, thinking about the whole thing of censorship, right? And the whole thing of human rights. How far is
It's
human
not
rights
censorship,
becomes
it's Satanship.
Satan? Okay,
Satanship.
all right. Satanship. All right, Pastor, we're on YouTube. It's also how far is when does human rights become human wrong?
When does human rights
As in,
become human wrong?
Honestly, looking at the whole thing of freedom of speech,
Yeah.
how far into your speech does it become wrong? When does your speech become
Okay,
wrong?
I'll just give the first one. It's a light one. When you're a husband and you think your wife's wrong, the human right becomes a human wrong.
If you consider it, if you come to my house, I have certain rules. For example, this is how things are done. This is the curfew. La di da la di da la di da. As soon as you enter my home, you now have to abide by my rules, right? Same as anyone else's home. If we don't put our feet up on the couch, you don't put your feet up on the couch. That whatever it is. When you subscribe to a social media platform, there are certain rules there. When you subscribe, you have to say you clicked on agree. So the moment you violate any one of those rules, they have the right then to delete your account. So if they're saying we don't want this kind of content on our platform and you violate those rules, they can delete your account. Remember, you agreed to this and it's important to read the T's and C's.
No, Whoa.
I just want to know from you.
Sure.
Is this,
Sure,
is
sure.
this an audition for CNN? Yeah?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it
Are you
out.
trying to get into CNN?
But you click to agree.
or ENCA?
Literally.
It's very simple. If you
Right,
don't
all
like,
right.
it's very simple. If you don't like the rules of that social media site, then just don't get on it. It's a free country.
No.
Speak somewhere else.
Jemima, can I just answer that?
Yes.
Because they, even on these social media, whatever, that they're putting on, they not taking out everyone. So even them themselves are not true to their own rules. So if, like Pastor Gavin was saying, somebody is going and, it's Pride. I mean, we just come out of Pride Month and this and this and that, and everybody, as long as you are posting about Pride, you are fine. But the second somebody came against that and said, listen, I could have posted Pride as the heading, but then said I was against it, then all of a sudden, you see, they're not true to their own rules. If they kept a standard for each and every single person, we would then say, yes,
But
that's
then
right.
that's inaccurate. And I'll tell you why that statement is irrelevant. It's because in their rules, they allow you to speak about pride. So the moment you go and say, oh no, against pride, which is basically what they would consider, I put this in inverted commas because I do believe in Jesus Christ, I am a Christian, a God-fearing Christian. Someone just asked me if I'm
Yeah.
sure. But I put this in inverted commas. They call that hate speech. If whatever you said is
Hate
classified as
speech to who?
But let me put it out there. They can then remove it off. Understand that every time they put up new policies, they update you. And what do you click? I agree. So once you've agreed to it, I don't understand. Then pick another platform.
I
Yeah,
have,
but
I
looking
have a
into
problem
that-
with your
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
No, I have a problem with your argument.
What is the problem with
Because
my
everyone
argument?
comes with those big words. Get your own platform. They say all of that sort of nonsense. So then when guys create platforms like Gab,
They shut them
they
down.
try and shut them
Yes.
down.
But-
Rumble, so all the Trump guys had to get off YouTube and Facebook and all of that. They go into Rumble. Not Rumble,
Gab.
not Gab, the other one. Parler.
Paul.
What happened then in January? They shut Parler down. So you start your own channel, and then they start doing denial of service attacks onto Gab and all of those
Yes.
sorts of things. So I'm sorry, that argument doesn't wash. Let us have our channels if you're saying that, but that isn't true. You YouTube people,
Yes.
Facebook people,
Pastor, we
you
are-
Twitters,
You big tech.
you big tech.
Ah.
Yes. Well,
At the end of the day, it wasn't. Okay, let me.
Just get onto Active FM. I heard that.
Yes.
Oh wait, Active FM is still up. It wasn't taken down. So that's surprising. So it's not every site that gets taken down. We've got to look into the reasons why Parler specifically was taken down. Was it just because of Trump, or were there other things in there that were a problem?
Now you're going to come with that answer because they're saying that the guys organized the insurrection on the 6th of January through Parler, which is a lie. They organized it through Facebook. So why was Facebook left up?
Yeah.
Now we don't know if that's.
all right.
No, you need to come with your facts.
Okay, you know what? I think we
Sorry,
need
I
a-
just want to tell you
Whoa.
they've got a new social media for people like you. It's YouTube mixed with Twitter mixed with Facebook. It's called you Twitface.
That's it.
You see, I feel like I should have read the terms and conditions of this debate, right? But anyway, I think we can move from that one. That was just like hectic. Yeah, we have to. The next one is about capital.
We were talking all nasty, then Jemima got controversial.
Yes. We didn't know she was applying for CNN.
Because you know what? She makes a valid point, but we are not going to validate it right now. All right. Capital punishment. And capital punishment is basically when you start a business and they come and take your capital. They leave you like that without your capital. There is capital punishment. Go check it out. But there's another capital punishment, right? That's the one we're talking about right now. It's the whole thing of judging people or sentencing people to death. What do you guys think about? I'll let Boneka open this session.
I think, my thing is, there's a time and there's a place for it. And that's what it is. There are things that I've looked at and I was like, you know what? Yes, that person should die. And forget what thing. I mean, obviously there are things that are important to me and the person I am and all of that type of stuff. But there's things I've looked at and I was like, you know what? That person has brought a lot of punishment, capital punishment to people if you've murdered somebody, okay? And I think you should. If you've raped, I'm gonna sound so feminist, if you've done all these type of things, I say there's a time and there's a place. Let's just let them say the prayer of salvation, and then we can kill them.
All right.
Repeat after me.
Yes,
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Good.
done. That's the way.
Jemima.
I will go against capital punishment, and this is why I'll say so.
All right.
Firstly, if we have to have capital punishment, based on whose standards do we then say, okay, this person is worthy of death and this person is not worthy of death? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that when we're looking at things like capital punishment, we put ourselves in a state where we know what our nation looks like. We know the corruption that goes on. How many people are going to stand trial and be killed with fake accusations just to get rid of this person? We know what it looks like all over the world and not just in our country. Then my third point is that if I was a judge, I don't know if I would have the heart to say to someone, look them in the eye and declare that they are going to die on this day. That would be very difficult for me. Maybe rather give them life in prison, hard labor, I don't know, 1 meal a day with water. But I wouldn't be able to do that.
Wait, so you wouldn't kill someone because of your ability?
I don't think I'd be able to say you're going to die
I
on
don't
this
think
day.
you imagine a doctor, right? You come there, you are dying, and they say, I can't open up this person because I don't know how I feel when I see the blood.
Yeah,
It's
then
like as soon
you
as
just
the-
don't become a doctor.
Right, so you can be a judge.
But if
Yeah.
I was, I wouldn't be able
On
to.
the other hand, I can be the judge.
That if statement is false in all areas.
I would not be able to
Get
give
me.
someone the death penalty, though.
But
How many
that's
of
why-
us?
We weren't asking, would you be the judge? We were saying, is it right?
Okay, then my first 2 points still remain valid.
All right, let me give, I think I'll pass this on to Pastor Gav, right? There's this guy who was arrested, I think Eastern Cape last month, right? He killed his wife and 4 kids, slaughtered them all, closed the house, and then left. And then he was arrested. Pastor, should that man be given any opportunity to continue on breathing?
Yeah, obviously the first thing is that from our legal perspective, the law says that you've got to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So the first thing is I'd want to know, did he do it?
Yes.
I want to know for sure that he did it.
Yeah.
We need to know 1,000% that he did it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to be taking out the wrong person. Obviously, in terms of that, I'm going to go back to the fact that we live in a country where it's legal to abort an unborn child for any reason whatsoever. Basically, for convenience. For the sake of
Yeah.
convenience, abortions will happen. So the unborn child has no right to life. Then we say that that man who killed his wife and his 4 kids, he has the right to life. Now, the Bible doesn't necessarily agree with it. And the thing is that when you cheapen life for the unborn, you cheapen life for the born, murders happen. You unleash a murder spirit upon the nation. So, biblically speaking, yes, there is an argument for that, a very strong one. The problem is to know that that guy did it, to know that it's an accurate judgment, that you haven't got the wrong guy.
All right?
Maybe someone else came to the house and took them out.
Yeah.
And you'd have to know for a fact that it was him. Because if you sentence the wrong guy to death and they die,
Yes, it's a hard one. Boneka, I'll leave this last one with you. What happened to second chance? Forgiveness and second chance.
What happened to forgiveness
Yeah,
and
where
second
does it fall
chance?
in the capital punishment? Not even liability punishment or
I mean,
owner's equity. It's capital.
yes.
It is owner's equity.
What happened to second chance? I mean, there's always room for second chance. But like Pastor was saying, we have to be 1,000% sure. The question is, if I give you a second chance, am I 1,000% sure that you are not going to do it again? The only time I'm going to give you a second chance is when I can see your transformation, and that only comes through Jesus. Heaven has to open. And then I know for a fact, if I can say 1,000%, you will never again murder your wife and your 4 children, And
They already did.
another one, your second one, with your 4 children, you won't do that, then I can look and say, you know what, this, I can give you a second chance. But if I'm just like, then let's,
So what if the guy comes and he apologizes? Someone in the
Someone in the audience said, "Kill him."
Yeah, like they cry, tears of.
it depends what repentance. Was it a Judas
Well,
one or a
let me say
Peter
The
one?
repentance is so much that they were white and now they are black. They have repented. The painting has changed.
Does it bring the wife and the 4 children back?
Obviously not, but
That's where we have to, you know what? You see, that's the problem when you're a Christian, because your heart always goes out, for people. It's not a problem. It's a good
All
thing.
right. Yeah.
But I say, yes, if someone has repented fully, yes.
Okay, so there's this question from Veronique Van Sets. I'll just stick to Veronique. All right, she says this. She says, when does discipline become abuse? Looking at capital punishment. At which point does discipline, basically, that is no longer that you are disciplining the person, but it's now that you are abusing the person? I think I'll leave this one to Pastor Gav, and then we'll go to the next one. I just thought that was a good one.
When does discipline become abuse?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously capital punishment, you're talking about the death penalty. If the person that's been given the death sentence was innocent,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's abuse.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
if imagine now if that guy that you mentioned, if he didn't do it, some other guy broke in, and now you've arrested the guys on death row. So if he's first of all lost his whole family, now he's gonna get lethal injection or something, or hung or whatever.
Wow.
That's hectic. That's abuse.
Yes, okay, yeah, that's hectic. I have a theory though. I think sometimes the victim should determine what is the punishment for the abusers. That's just me.
If that's the case, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Dead wife was going to choose. I don't think he's gonna make it.
All right, so the last item on the list here, obviously with the whole thing of privacy, people were acting up, throwing their phones, deleting WhatsApp, you know what I'm saying? Like scrutiny, what's happening here? What is this thing I'm seeing? And what? Privacy. Jemima, privacy. The whole thing of people wanting privacy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want my own space, my phone, I know guys who have passwords for every WhatsApp chat. Like, it's a different password. It's like, I'm like, how do you remember all those things?
Yes.
Privacy. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Privacy. What can...
So are those guys married?
No.
Yo.
That's a good...
Hope not.
That's a good point. Privacy, yes.
I think I to an extent can agree with why not everything private is necessarily private. 2 reasons. My first reason is that if you look at, for example, Wi-Fi, right? If you are going to be using my Wi-Fi, which I pay for, I should reserve the right to know what you're doing on there, which employers often do. You'll see, even if you open an incognito tab, it says that you're not immune to your employer checking up your network, seeing what you're doing, and you're also not immune to other people seeing behind you, obviously. That is important. Why? Because if you're using my Wi-Fi to go on pornographic sites, I would like to know that. I don't care about your privacy at that point in time. If you're torrenting, which is illegal, I would like to know that. There's no privacy there and that kind of a thing. But then again, it goes back to the provider or the platform that you're using, and you've got to abide by their rules. Otherwise, just don't use the platform if you don't like it.
Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if someone is using your, hey, Mama Nangai, don't take this the hard way, the wrong way, all right? But I'll just continue on with what you are saying. I feel like skipping it. Okay, let me, if someone is using your Wi-Fi, right? They are
Yes.
going on a site you don't want them to go to.
Yes.
How does that affect you though? Because it's still within their privacy.
Because I'm providing the Wi-Fi, I say this is what goes. You are subscribing to my rules. So if I'm saying no, I'm saying no. It's like, for example,
But
I
let me
can't
just
come
say
to your
that
house,
Technically speaking, that does not affect your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
but you're doing it on my account, which I say no. That would then mean
Okay,
that employers have no
ask you a
rights.
question. If you buy me airtime,
Yes.
all right?
But
and
then if
then
I bought
decide-
you airtime, it's your airtime. It's not mine anymore.
But it's the same thing with your Wi-Fi. If I'm
it's
connecting
not.
to your, you provide
You gave me the password.
You're
Yeah.
using my data. Okay, but in the sense with your employer, can you then go and do whatever you want?
When you gave me the
can't.
password, you gave me access to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, wait. When I gave you the password, did I give you access to do anything you want, or are there rules? The rules are
that
what I'm
wasn't
talking about.
stipulated.
So if you're working for a bank
Yes.
and you log into porn,
Yes.
do you think the bank's going to keep employing you?
No, but I'm fighting this because
But it's their Wi-Fi.
it's their Wi-Fi.
And they gave you the password.
They
Obviously,
did.
Pastor, with the bank, there's
The
too much
bank,
security
there's
reasons
security
why-
and there's this and there's
I'm
that.
sorry, what
Wait,
security
hold on,
risk
hold
does
on,
pornography
hold on,
pose
hold
to a
on,
bank?
hold
Okay,
on.
so
Where
if you're
I'm
working-
coming from-
if you're working for a church
Yes.
and you're on the church's Wi-Fi and you're going to pornography,
Well, yeah.
exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I'll take
No,
it for
Exactly.
that.
but where they're going is
But-
now we're going to be limited to, okay, now we can't go into Bible.com because this is now where they are and this is, do you get what I'm saying? So it does start with, oh, you're going to go on a porn site, or oh, you're going to do this and you're going to do this until they
Pornography
then
is not
decide.
freedom of speech.
Pornography is not freedom of speech, but there's certain things that you might not agree on that I think, oh my word.
No. We're talking freedom of speech now. Pornography is not freedom of speech.
Many might disagree with you.
It's not
Sorry,
speech.
wait.
That's okay.
I don't understand where the talking comes in going on a-
broaden
Pornography
this.
is not about speech.
Let me broaden this. I think
Let's, yeah, I'll leave that there.
Okay.
We will leave it
a
there.
letter. All right, I'm gonna bring in two things. The first one is the WhatsApp issue, right?
Yes, that's where I was
Let's go
going.
to that one because I felt like
Jemima took it off, yes.
Yeah, the WhatsApp issue. What's wrong with what Facebook was trying to achieve with WhatsApp?
They didn't have your permission, but you still use WhatsApp, right? Now they do.
Look,
They didn't have your permission
here's
before, now they do.
Look, here's the reality. According to the arguments that people like those who run WhatsApp and Facebook and all of those, according to what they said prior to COVID and all of these things that are going on now, your HIV status, whether you're HIV positive or HIV negative, is a
Private.
matter of privacy. In fact, in South Africa, you can get arrested for interfering with that right. If someone is HIV positive, they get a long lecture that they're entitled to keep that secret and no one else is entitled to know unless they tell them.
Yeah.
So where's all that gone? Because now they're spying on you. If you're on the phone, if you're on WhatsApp, if you're on Telegram or Signal or any one of those things, they're watching you. Okay, there's a song that was sung in 1983. I've got this feeling somebody's watching me.
All right, no,
You're
true.
being watched. It's not right, but you are.
Okay, so I'll bring it up a level again, looking at states, right? We know China has cameras all over the world. I'm joking, in China, also over the world, but throughout China, obviously, they have cameras in people's houses. You get what I'm saying? It's hectic like that. In your flat, there's a camera there. The TV. Right. What's wrong with that? If they are keeping the people safe,
That's a big if.
that's,
That depends who defines the word safe.
Yes. What is safe?
safe is when the safety.
One child policy safe?
Sorry, what does the one-child policy have to do with
As China, you know what I'm saying? They thought that was a thing. We can go forward and that's what everybody should keep to.
Well, they changed
You cannot be safe when the government's keeping you safe
Yeah.
and free.
Very true. Can't do both.
Wow.
You're either safe or you're free.
either safe or free.
Yes,
You can't be safe and free.
no.
So there's no safety in freedom.
When your child is safe,
Yes.
your child doesn't have freedom. You're limiting their freedom.
From scrutiny, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, like from things out there, from
But they're still not free. They can't go wherever they want, do whatever they want to do.
lockdown. Well, is lockdown because it's done. You know, lockdown is for safety reasons. You know,
It's safe.
Like,
All
But we're
free.
not free.
but we are not free.
Yeah, we locked
Basically, what you are
down.
saying is people need to choose whether they want to be safe or they want to be free.
Let's put it to you this way. Under apartheid,
Yes.
black people were safe if they were in black areas,
But they weren't free.
but they weren't free.
All right. So the conclusion is it's either you are safe
Or you are free.
or you are free.
Yeah. Done.
Nice. I feel like I learned something new.
Does Jamie want to argue? She's arguing
Yeah,
every point
Jamie.
tonight.
She's having
Jamie's
arguments
like,
in her
I'm
mind.
for lockdown. Jamie?
I've never thought of the concept of being safe and free as either or. I'm trying to think of this very quickly, but I'm sorry.
You're part of stay home and stay
If
safe,
you're
aren't
free-
you?
Mima is defeated.
Yeah, if you're free, you're free to choose to be safe.
Yeah.
But if you're free, you're also free to choose to do something risky that's not safe.
Okay, Jemima, your last point. Like, what is this before I get?
Okay, like in 10 seconds. If we look at the Bible, right, you might think that, oh no, this is so restricting, la-di-da, I lose my freedom, right? But isn't there safety and freedom when we obey the word of God? I'm just saying, that's it from me.
Yeah, but
Continue.
you're free to obey the word of God.
Is that not safe? Is there no safety in that?
It doesn't matter. You're free to choose.
But
it.
free,
Well,
safety in that.
I think the point that Pastor is trying to make is that in this case, safety comes before freedom.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's move on.
As in, when you are born in China, you don't know what is freedom. You only know safety. And within that safety, you're not.
And safety in China is what's safe for the Chinese government.
Yes.
Give them a round of applause.